Hello and welcome to the Symantec IT Management Suite Technical Overview Series. This video presentation will provide a technical overview of the software asset management features found in Symantec IT Management Suite. Common challenges organizations face involve the gathering of accurate and comprehensive inventory of software licenses and usage, accurately maintaining software license management data, and ensuring a secure and compliant software environment. Successfully managing software assets involve answering questions like what software is installed and where is it installed, whether the software is being used, who is using the software and how often, were adequate numbers of licenses purchased, what are the costs associated with each software entitlement, what is the entitlement for each software product, like the number of authorized installs, users, or even sites it can be run on? And do they have the latest patches and updates? Symantec IT Management Suite discovers, inventories, and tracks user, hardware, and software assets in your IT infrastructure. It also maintains the relationships between them in the Configuration Management Database, or CMDB. Armed with this information, your team can quickly identify problems, apply solutions, and document compliance. You can also uncover savings opportunities through at-a-glance detailed reports that track software licenses owned versus licenses that are installed and used. This visibility makes it possible to identify unused licenses and assign them to others before buying more, as well as improve forecasting and purchasing decisions. These key software license management features found in IT Management Suite allow you to reduce costs by eliminating the purchase of unnecessary software. It allows you to harvest unused licenses, ensures software compliance to better prepare for audits, and it manages inventory and allows you to plan for future software needs, which will maximize the value of your IT assets. Within IT Management Suite, individual software purchases are associated with the appropriate software licenses. These software licenses include information about the total number of purchased licenses as well as software entitlements included in the software contract. The software license also contains a license rule that calculates various attributes of the license, like authorized devices, users, and whether the license is based on hardware counts like processor and cores in a device. The licenses are also associated with a software product to bring it all together in order for you to see your organization's software compliance stance. This process correlates what is installed as well as usage from information gathered from software inventory with how many licenses you have purchased, as well as your current license entitlements and the license rule calculation. This eliminates all the hard work that is involved with license true-ups for various software vendors. The following steps are key in a comprehensive software license management process. In step 1, you would gather software inventory. Software inventory collects information about the applications that are installed on your client computers. To gather software inventory, you must have the inventory solution installed on your notification server and the inventory plugin installed on your client computers. Deploying the application metering plugin will also ensure that you receive usage information and can control the access to the application. In step 2, you can create software product items or use an existing product. A software product item contains information about the software. After you create the software product item, you can associate it with the installed software resources and can also optionally assign the executable you wish to track usage from. In step 3, you would create and assign a software license. A software license item ties together the software purchase and the software product. Once entered, it ensures that the compliance calculations can be achieved on the software product. In step 4, you would edit the license rules. In this step, you can edit the license rule parameters. For example, license types like per user, per device, or hardware-based like processor or core, as well as setting the authorized filters and other settings that feed the license calculation. Once you've completed the first 4 steps, you're now able to view or track software license compliance. You can now track the software license compliance using the ITMS management views. You will gain valuable insight into the compliance, costs, and overall usage of the software. You can gather inventory about the software applications that are installed in your environment. For example, you can gather information about the application version, build number, and manufacturer. When you perform a software inventory, you can choose different methods to gather different types of data. You can scan for basic software application file inventory. This software inventory method scans the file system on managed computers and reports software inventory based on the software application executables that are found. For example, it reports file name, size, path, and so on. In addition to the file properties, the information about the key executables for the installed software applications is collected for each user from the Start menu and registry. To gather basic software application file inventory on managed Windows, Unix, Linux, and Mac computers, you would create, configure, and turn on an inventory policy. To gather basic standalone inventory on unmanaged Windows computers, you would create, configure, and run a standalone inventory package with the file properties checked. We can also inventory Windows Add Remove Programs listings and Unix, Linux, Mac software packages. This software inventory method uses a software discovery task to collect information about the installed software applications. On Windows computers, you can gather information about the applications that are in the Add or Remove programs of a managed computer's MSI cache. On Unix, Linux, and Mac computers, you can gather information about the software packages on managed computers. Targeted software inventory on Windows computers or software inventory using the filescan.rule file in Unix, Linux, and Mac computers allows us to pull additional information that is very specific to a singular application. To use this method, you would run a targeted software inventory policy. On managed Unix, Linux, and Mac computers, this method allows you to collect information about the installed software applications using a filescan.rule file. The software inventory agent compares a list of applications in this filescan.rule file. You can also gather additional software information and validate it against our software catalog data provider. The software catalog data provider is a component of the inventory solution and can be used to import software inventory data into the software catalog. The software catalog data provider provides a list of known software applications and predefined software products that is imported into the configuration management database. When you perform the software inventory, the gathered data about the software applications can be compared to a list of known applications and predefined software products. If the application data matches, it helps ensure that the software inventory data is accurate and lets you manage installed software at the product level. Software product items let you manage the details that are related to the software products and their different versions in your environment. You can create a single software product item and associate it with several different versions of the same software. For example, you can associate both Camtasia 8.4 and Camtasia 8.5 with a software product named Camtasia 8. When you create a software product item, you specify its name, description, company, and category. After you create a software product, you make associations between the software product, a software resource, also called a software component, and a software license. Creating these associations lets you identify how many copies of a given software product you have in your environment. You also compare the number of copies with the number of software licenses that you own. Another critical step in this process is to set your metering and tracking information to be able to detect when an application is executed or used in a particular device or by a particular user within a specified time period. This is achieved by selecting the proper executable found in inventory data to match with the software component or resource. These tasks are a critical step in the process for managing your software license compliance using the software views. You can manage your software licenses within the software product itself under the Licenses tab. If you check the Licensable Product box, you can license software products, add purchases to a license, create new licenses, and edit or delete software purchases and licenses. The table shows you all of the license contracts that are related to the software product. When you click Add License, you can edit the product license information and add or delete purchases. You would start by entering the name of the software license, start and end dates, and if applicable, any comments about the license itself. Purchases can be entered at this time and can indicate the description, purchase date, quantity, and cost, as well as accounting state, whether it is expensed or purchased. Once the purchases are entered, the quantity and cost are calculated at the bottom of the page. You may also select the Edit Enhanced settings after saving checkbox if you wish to go on to the advanced editing features of the software license. This advanced editing screen contains additional fields that will further define your license. This is also where you might enter manually tracked licenses that cannot be inventoried automatically and set them to reserved or in-use status to be included with the license calculation. The advanced view is also where you may set borrowed or donated licenses dependent on your license entitlements. You can edit the license rule while creating the software license or by editing the existing software license resource. Every license rule provides a set of configurable parameters that help to calculate the license consumption. The license rule can be created by selecting the link under the license type in the Software Product Summary view of a software product. Once you are in the Edit Software License page, you can select the license rule link to edit or create the rule. The three main base types that can be applied to the license rules are per device, per user, and processor core. The per device license rule specifies the devices that should be calculated within a software license. You can use this option if your licenses are consumed by the number of installations. In this case, one installation would consume one license. One of the parameters for per-device licensing is the Authorized Devices filter. Selecting this link will allow you to choose a custom filter or an existing filter. It should be noted that all installations on the devices that are not included with the defined filter are considered as unauthorized. If a filter is not selected, then all the installations are considered authorized. The per-user license type specifies the users that should be included in the license evaluation. This license type can also include the specific devices that they can use it on, as well as the number of installations. Use this option if your license is consumed for every user with the installed software on one or more devices. The Authorized Devices field is used for selecting an existing or customized device-based filter. If the per-user license type is selected and the software is installed and used on a non-specified device, then the installation is considered unauthorized. The Authorized Users field is used for selecting existing or customized user-based filters. If the per-user license type is selected and the software is installed and used on a non-specified user, then the installation is considered unauthorized. If filters are not selected, then all the installations for all the users are considered as authorized. The Installations Per User field defines the number of specific installations the user can count as one license, as per the license agreement. For example, if you set the value as 10, then a specified user can install the software on up to 10 selected devices, and the installations will consume a single license. If the installations exceed this value, then one more license gets consumed. It should also be noted that if the Installations Per User option is not selected, then all the installations count towards a single license. The Per Processor Core license type specifies the license consumption calculated as per processor or per core for each installation on a device. You would use this option if your license consumption is calculated on a processor or core basis. The calculation field allows you to select per processor or per core as the base for making calculations for license consumption. The affinity adjustment table is where you would define the device names, affinity, and point value for calculating the consumption of licenses. The number of licenses consumed by a single device is the multiplication of the affinity number of processors or cores and the point value. You should note that non-specified devices are considered as unauthorized, and installation of software on unauthorized devices is termed as unauthorized usage. As you make changes to this table, the entered by and entered date information is filled in. In the Software Product Summary flipbook, you can see detailed information about the software and license usage on your client computers. The flipbook is available for all software products, and this data can be used to create reports and filters in order to manage your licensed software. The software product summary contains various sections to relay general information, license status, usage, and costs associated with your software products. The overall status of the software product is shown at the top of the page. This will display either compliant, needs attention, or action required. The compliance status indicates that the software product licenses, purchases, and usage are in line with the software contract conditions. Needs attention indicates that there are problems with the current software license utilization. This status is typically displayed when there are underutilized licenses. The action required status indicates that there are serious problems with the current license utilization that require immediate actions. This status is typically displayed when there are overutilized licenses. You can also click on this product summary link to receive more information and a suggestion of further actions. The next section displays general information about the software product, like the software product name, company, and version. It will also show the state, whether it is managed or unmanaged, if usage tracking is on or off, and the type of license rule to which license usage is calculated, whether per device, per user, or per processor core. If this is a licensed software product, it will also display the calculated number of active licenses for this product, as well as the average license price. The next section displays a license utilization pie chart. This color-coded license utilization pie chart is shown for a licensed software product in the Software Product Summary flipbook. The pie chart consists of two circles, an outer circle that shows the license utilization summary, and an inner circle that shows detailed information about license usage. You can click the sections of this pie chart to filter the computers with this software installed list directly below it. The computers with software installed list allows you to filter the results based on usage or utilization, as well as export the results to a filter or a report. This report view can be manipulated by selecting sections of the license summary chart or by selecting the filter by usage icon and selecting the exact status you wish to display. Exporting the results of this pane to a computer filter or computer report will allow you to use them to target specific tasks, policies, and even automation policies that will complete actions like software harvesting or alert you to specific conditions. The License Utilization Summary chart shows the following information about the usage of software licenses. Underutilized shows the number of licenses that are not consumed or licenses belonging to the software that is installed but not used. Potential savings are shown in the Software Product Summary view based on the average license price. Note that if the software usage tracking is turned on and the software is unused, the license is counted as underutilized. This is calculated by the following formula. The Utilize section shows the number of licenses that are used in a normal way. If software usage tracking is turned off, the license for installed software is always counted as utilized. This is calculated by the following formula. The Overutilized section shows the number of licenses that exceed the number of purchased licenses or that were installed without authorization. This field is calculated by the following formula. The License Usage Summary chart shows the following information about the usage of software licenses. The Available field shows the number of available licenses that are not consumed. This is calculated by the following formula. The Unused field shows the number of licenses belonging to the unused software products that were discovered during software inventory. The Used section shows the number of licenses used by the software products on inventoried client computers for which usage tracking and metering is turned on. Tracked manually shows the number of consumed licenses indicated by the non-inventoried client computer count. This number is entered by the administrator in the license editor. The No Tracking Data section shows the number of consumed licenses that were discovered by inventory on the client computers on which the software usage is not tracked. And finally, the unauthorized field shows the number of licenses for software found on client computers that do not belong to a defined computer or user filter. In the Filter Target Results Report dialog box, you can configure a detailed report for a computer filter, target, or software filter. To open the dialog box, right-click on a computer filter, a target or software filter, and then click View Results Report. In the Filter Target Results Report dialog box, you can see the following sections. In the Select Columns for Report section, you can see the associations, data classes, and new views for reporting. The Report Results View section displays results depending on the item that you choose on the left section. By default, this dialog box shows you the data based on the filter or target that you opened it from. The columns may return multiple results. If you use the search box, all of the returned results are scanned. You can also select one or multiple items, then copy and paste them to a text file. You are also able to move and reorder the columns. The only exception is the column named Name. This cannot be moved. To save the report configuration for the selected filter or target, at the bottom of the dialog box, select the Save the Selected Columns for Filter Target. This configuration is saved separately for each user and for each filter or target. You can export the report results as a CSV file. To do that, at the bottom of the Filter Target Results report, click Export. In the dialog box that appears, you would type the name of the file and choose the location to save it to. You can save the query results as a report. In this case, you would press the Save as Report button on the bottom of the screen. A Save as Report dialog box will appear. This will allow you to save it as a report name in a specific location in the report's view. To open the report at once, check the Open Report in New Window After Saving box. Your report will open up, and at this point you can also click the Edit button to edit the query and save the changes. If you would like to know more about IT Management Suite, please visit the following links.